Well, let's go with the old Bottomlands camo bow today. Alright, I've had some requests, back up a little here, of some kind of rest I use and maybe the setup and the old quiver that they don't make anymore. So we're going to talk a little bit about that out in the yard, but I'm going to get on my boots here. We're going to go out in the yard and fling some arrows. Hey, check Axe out. He's out. He's waiting on some blackbirds to fly over so he can bomb an arrow at them. Uh-oh, what's he see? No shot. 5 years old and he's so into hunting already.
So, and we're getting ready to do a video.
Alright, you want me to get you shooting one? What are you going to shoot?
The buck.
Alright, put that arrow in that buck's heart, buddy. Dude! You liver and gut shot him.
Would he be dead?
But that's doing pretty good. You're only 5 years old and your draw length's behind your head, isn't it?
Yes.
You're still growing into your bow. Here, do another one. Yeah, we would get him in about 12 hours. Good shooting, Axe. Show him your bow. Pick him up. Show him what you got on there. Look at that. You got an old, that's a PSE.
Dad, look.
I think.
That's a dove.
No, that's a robin. That's a PSE quiver.
Yeah.
8 arrow that I used to use. And what kind of arrow rest do you have on there?
Flipper. I heard the crows.
You heard crows? Oh hell, I see one.
I see a freaking sucker too.
Oneida lovers. This, I've talked about this before, but recently it seems like a lot of guys have been getting into Oneidas, which is good because I think they're just better all around bow. They have their ups and downs just like any other bow does, but anybody can fix these on their own. You don't need squat but parts, okay? And I think there are always going to be parts available. So this is simple. I got to walk up here.
Hey, Dad.
This is my flipper rest. Okay, for some reason all mine are close to the riser. I know it's probably the way I anchor or whatever, but they all tune close to the riser. I've seen some guys rest way out here. Maybe my arrows, if I got different spine, like I know if the arrow's up closer to the riser, if you got an overly stiff arrow that allows you to shoot it, but hell, I shoot a 340 spine gold tip. I wouldn't think that would be too stiff of an arrow. But anyway, I like my setup, and all my bows I've had over all the years. Axe is trying to jump up. Shooting fingers with no sights, they all tune close to the riser. So don't be afraid if you're starting and you keep hitting way left and maybe you're gapping, putting the arrow under your eye or whatever. Move your arrow rest. Shoot a bare shaft and see how it affects it, which I'll show you here in a second. This thing's wore out because I have a chronic bow tinkering problem. So I can pull that out with my fingers. I can pull the flipper off because, you know, they're just wore out, replaceable heads. I got new ones coming. But look, I can put that out there to where it's supposed to be. And that's damn near on center shot. But when I do that, man, it comes out of there, I get a hard knock left showing weak. But really, it's the arrow shaft bouncing off the side plate on this thing. Which, hell, I'll just show you right now. On this video, you just take what you get because I don't have a videographer and my little guy down here is too short to do this.
Oh.
Here, let me zoom you in. See, that's out there, knock left. Let's do my tune, which is push it up there. It's probably maybe an eighth off the riser. I mean, it's all the way in, but whatever. I've messed with it so much. Hang on, dude. It's deep down inside, I want this thing to be center shot, but I shoot fingers and I know there's oscillation. And don't let it get into your head like it does me. So,
that shot, Dad.
you adjust your rest to where it'll shoot a bear shaft straight for you.
Yeah, look at mine.
So let's shoot another one. This is a bear shaft gold tip 340.
Yeah, look at that arrow.
Good shot, Axe, right in the doe's heart. And just to throw this out there, good shooting, dude. Hey, hang on a second. Here. Look at that. Good shot, Axe. This is about 12 yards.
Hey.
That's doing pretty good. He's stacking them in there. Let me adjust this. Okay. On my medium, the knock height, the top knock set, I just use the brass ones. They're easy, and I don't care. My fingers are so calloused, it doesn't affect nothing. You just got to shoot a lot, and then you won't worry about it either. And I don't want to mess around with a tab or a glove or none of that. I've done it all, okay? But this is just what I do and what I like to do. Keep it real simple. That brass knock set, if you put a bow square up there and put the bottom edge of your bow square on there, just as your arrow's sitting on there, the top of my brass knock point is at a 1/2 inch, which those are about an 1/8 inch wide, or thick, or however you want to call it. So you can call it 3/8 above center off the top of the knock, or you can do it and go off the bottom of the knock. But if you got a bow square and you want to set your medium up like this, clip it on there, put the bottom edge of the square right there, slide your little knocking point up, the top of it will be at a 1/2 inch. Alright, let's shoot this bear shaft in there. And if I do what I'm supposed to do, release good and everything, that's going to enter the target almost dead straight.
Outlining your arrow.
Right there it is.
Hey, Dad, bring it up.
Hang on, buddy. It actually hit the target and kicked a little bit and knocked right, but I don't have another bear shaft, and I've shot it enough to know this is my setup. Alright? So if you're new to Phoenix bows, or even you're setting up a PSE or a Matthews and you're going to shoot it with fingers, which you can, and you can shoot them with drop away rest, because I've done it successfully out to 100 yards. And shooting bear shafts. You can do anything. It's all about tuning and finding the right setup. Don't be afraid to set it up your own way. Okay? And this light mount, that's a Picatinny rail. A guy asked about that. I just cut it down. I got a little aluminum spacer block back here, and this plate, this is actually an old sight bracket from like back in the 90s, where you'd slide your sight in and you could screw it down with the set screw. I got a couple boxes of old stuff at our little bow shop from way back when I was a little guy. My grandpa had all the stuff. So that's all that is. And my quiver, if you look on these Phoenixes, there's a hole there. I want to say it's either 5/16 or a quarter 20. I don't know. I can't remember, because it's not important, because I've set these up and they've been like this. But I just got a bolt, and I made a Let me get the right angle here, dudes.
I want to shoot at the black of the
Hang on, buddy. Just shoot at stuff, okay? And this is just a piece of aluminum I cut and shaped and drilled holes in it to fit that. And then the old Martin Super Quiver, it came with these aluminum rails. It was a removable quiver, which it would sit on there, I could remove it. But the plastic piece broke one day when I was hunting. I took a shot at a crow when I was walking out. It was really cold. The thing was flying over. I shot and my whole freaking quiver flew off my bow. So I was like, you know what, piss on this. So I just bolted on here permanent. It doesn't get in the way. And I like large capacity quivers because you can carry whatever you want. Anyway, I cut it all up and fit it the way I wanted to, so it was more centered on the bow. And if I can ever figure out how to do it, I'll manufacture my own 10 arrow quivers. But as of right now, I don't know how to do that or have the resources to do that, so I don't know. If I figure it out, I'm going to make me some awesome quivers and make them available to people who like high capacity American shit. Let me go get that arrow. Okay, Axe, we're going to watch you shoot. 30 yards. Dude, holy crap. I should have zoomed in.
Zoom in.
That's pretty good. You hit him in the guts.
Yeah, but if I aimed like a little bit right over here.
Yep. Dude, that's pretty good. Here, I'm going to get right behind you so they can see how you hold that bow, because you're still a little guy. Here, draw that sucker back. Try to shoot him right through the heart. Well, you were pretty far off that time. That was a pretty good first shot, though, Axe.
Hey, Dad, I feel some rain drips.
I know, I feel it starting to rain, too. We're back here at 30 yards. So that was a 12-yard shot with my bear shaft. I'll talk about my arrow. Gold tips. I've shot them forever, and I like them. Don't you, Axe?
Mm-hmm. I have
So
some gold
in the
tips.
past I've experimented around with all kinds of forward to center and all that stuff. At one time, heck, I had about 300 grains up front. And when I was shooting a Matthews no cam, that worked good. It would hammer through stuff. You get out to distance, it just falls out, which whatever. And that's more money in one arrow. So I found the 340 setup. It's just an arrow with a 125 grain point, and it's the cheapest route I can go because I like to shoot my bow and I shoot at stuff. I shoot at chipmunks, squirrels, coyotes. If there's a flock of blackbirds flying over, which they do here quite often, I'll start flinging arrows at them with the flu-flus. And so as soon as Axel gets back up here, I'm going to shoot this bear shaft at 30 yards, and I'm going to go for the kill on the deer. And we're just going to see where she goes. These are great bows, great feeling bows. There's nothing wrong with the grips on them. It feels right at home when you grab the bow. That's how it should feel. And you guys just now starting out getting these, take your time and learn them. And they're so simple once you know what to check for. Your tiller, you have one string, and you have some steel cables. I mean, it's easy. You know, take maybe some rim oil or something. Oil your hinges, draw it back a couple times. That baby's going to be slick. All right, Axe, let's shoot this bear shaft. All right, I'm back here again. Had the battery die. Well, I might as well show you guys that.
Oh yeah, I saw him in that.
This is 30 yards. If you can see it,
I almost hit the dough!
it hit that deer in the neck, which wasn't where I wanted. And it wasn't flopping around or nothing, but I'm going to shoot this fletched arrow, which I really like feathers, and I'm not going to be satisfied until I can get blazers to work out for me, which so far they've been doing good. Heck, I've shot them out 80 yards so far. That's how far I got in my yard right now, unless I get up into the tower and shoot out in the pasture. But here, let's shoot a blazer.
I shot a blazer.
Dude, that...
Can you see me?
Right on the money. I see you, Axe. So, yeah, my bear shaft hit off, which it could have been me, but I just seen it kind of drifting, but it was tracking straight, which tells me that's a good tune, especially when you shoot it up close at about 10 foot too. I just worked my way back. Start in close, like 5 feet. Boom, see how it comes out of the bow. Maybe it might hit and stick in sideways. As it leaves your bow, it's going to do different things. It'll oscillate, straighten itself out. So you got to tinker. You just got to be hands-on with your stuff. And right now that's 30 yards with that blazer vein. I'm pretty happy. And something else that's telling me I got a pretty good setup going here. Something you can do. Here's a big-ass cheap shot broadhead from Cold Steel. And I put these on and I shot them back at 50 yards with blazers. And them babies are flying pretty straight. So you know you're headed in the right direction when you can get a big hunk of plastic to fly straight with some little old blazer vanes. So you guys tinker, just make the bow your own. This arrowhead up here, I was hunting some public ground one time with my longbow, my Navajo longbow a long time ago, and I kicked that thing up on a horse trail. I was walking by and I drugged my feet a little bit and that thing flopped out in front of me. It was cool. So I tie that on my bow. It's because you don't even know the last guy that touched that thing, he was a bow hunter too. And he was the guy that probably made it, however long ago that was. So that thing goes with me all the time. Yeah, I mean, you guys have seen this 100 times over. The old common blazer vanes. I have arrows with feathers in there. So we're just gonna keep this rolling and do this again. Starting to kind of sprinkle out. Here, get back here, buddy.
Set up a pop can.
Oh, you set up a pop can target?
Yep. Way out for the freaking ass. Not that one.
That one hit a little bit low, but dead straight. Really nice. And so something else I like to do, I got a coyote head down there. Here, I'm just going to zoom you in on it. Old coyote target. Like pretend you were sitting out there calling and you got one running in and he just pops his face out behind a tree and you gotta give it to him, Axe, otherwise he's going to kill all your deer. Eat all the fawns up. Hit him right in the kisser. You know, just get out and practice with your bow. As I told you guys before in the last video, this thing was a long. Man, when I would draw that sucker back, it would be to about here. And then if I set it up for my draw length, which I should have never even done what I done, It should be up here. Man, it was way back there, and I never could really get that comfortable. Even putting in the E modules, which are 28" for a long, and then setting your stops, and then when I do shoot it, was I shooting it at my draw length? Everything wasn't rolled over like I can do at the good power range, and I was just too stretched out. Got so worked up, got freaking target panic. Like I still am having the urge to release, but you just got to work yourself out of it. But it's because I have chronic bow problems, that's all. But the Phoenix bows are great. You guys, any guys that get them, just learn them, and you're gonna love them. So we're gonna stand out here and do some shooting. It's supposed to rain here in a little while, and if you have any questions, let me know, and maybe I can find somewhere to go boar hunting or something this spring, or we can do some kind of springtime hunt. Got my little guy out here. He loves shooting his bow. He's setting up a pop can. You got my arrows too, Axe?
That other one's hard to get out.
You couldn't pull it out of the coyote's face? Well, what do you got to say, bud? You getting hot?
Yep, this one's gonna be mine.
You're gonna take my Oneida? You grow a little bit, buddy. I'll have to buy you one, okay? Alright, we're gonna...
Dad, I really want to get in my tree.
I came back here about 70 yards. It's starting to rain a little bit. Before I end this video, I was just gonna take a few shots back here. And Axe got him a cardboard box set up. He's gonna get up in that little tree stand. I'm gonna turn this, and I will... What the heck was that? We'll just go for the kill on the deer. Okay, there's one. Got an orange blazer in the kill. See if I can put a white one in there.
Without it.
Alright. I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. There's a couple in the deer kill, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit shaky. Muscles are sore. And I don't feel like I need to be shooting a whole bunch right now. Like I probably should take a break, but this stuff is like crack. I don't know, I can't stop tinkering and messing around. But anyway, don't be afraid to try these Phoenixes. You guys get out there and get you one. We'll see you on the next video. American made, bud.